This is AJ Sacher and Aaron Lilla.
That's right. Sitting on the right there, Aaron Lilla with Blue-White Miracles, and AJ is playing Bug, which is something that he's pretty much always played whenever it's playable. He's played various forms of Team America, and now that Deathrite Shaman is making its presence known in Legacy, he's back to the Bug.
So this deck is just like cheap spells and sweet cards, right?
This is the new iteration of Rug Delver, of being the tempo aggro deck in Legacy.
But it's got basically like Thoughtseize and Abrupt Decay instead of like Lightning Bolt, right?
Yes.
So
instead of the burn spells, it's got discard as its way to knock people off balance, and uses the extra turn of attacking with damage and Deathrite Shaman instead of the burn spell.
And you could just go like first turn Deathrite Shaman, like sack land Liliana the Veil, and just demolish somebody who's foolish enough to say play a Noble Hierarch on the first turn, right?
You and your
I think
grudge
Noble Hierarch's the greatest
Maverick.
creature of all time.
Yeah,
by
it's
the
pretty
way.
awesome.
But still, you know, as BDM once said to me, forest is just your pejorative word for any land that's not an island, isn't it? So, on the other side, we have Aaron Lilla with Blue-White Miracles, a completely respectable strategy.
Yeah, this is Blue-White Miracles has really become the de facto deck for pretty much everyone that doesn't want to try to get an angle in the metagame. It's the top deck right now.
So, first turn Divining Top off of a basic land.
Yeah, there you go. There's a basic island for you. And he's sort of hasn't really picked the way that he wants to kill opponents. He does have one Entreat the Angels, and he also has the Rest in Peace Helm of Obedience combo in his deck.
So can you explain the Rest in Peace Helm of Obedience combo?
Sure. So Helm of Obedience is a card from way back in the day, Alliances, that says it's a 4-mana cost artifact that costs X to activate and tap. And it says, put the top X cards of target players, or put, I forget exactly how the wording is.
In the meantime, AJ has summoned a Tarmogoyf.
Right. And you put X cards into target player's from target player's library into their graveyard, or until they reveal a creature card and put it into
the graveyard,
I believe. And they only stop once they hit a creature or that number. But when you have Rest in Peace in play, no cards hit the graveyard.
Oh, so you just keep
so when you activate it for one, you just mill them for all
for everything. Wow, I hadn't heard that combo before. That sounds super sweet.
Yeah, it used to be done with Leyline of the Void.
And it's just a natural advantage against Tarmogoyfs, Reanimator strategies. That's cool. I like that.
So that's one way that people have been killing people with this blue-white deck, because they've also got Enlightened Tutor to be able to get counterbalance on top.
So in the meantime, AJ is summoning a Brainstorm that will ostensibly put an instant into his graveyard along with lands on both sides. Make Tarmogoyf a 2/3.
Yeah, make it Curd Ape size.
Yeah, and then get in for some rumbling. Maybe he has a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize would be sweet.
Yeah, Thoughtseize would be pretty good here.
How about you make that into a 2/3, AJ, so that we're not confused? People at home, don't look at the man behind the curtain.
He's probably he's not done casting spells, so we're going to grow it to Simian Grunt size this turn, maybe, if we have a Thoughtseize here.
So
Ponder will also grow it.
Will also
there you go.
Make it big.
Now we've done it.
1, 2, 3. So Liliana the Veil, Liliana the Veil, and some. That looks like some keepers over there.
Yeah,
in the land,
Liliana is very good against the Blue-White Miracles deck, and having two of them means that he can let one of them get countered later.
So
that is pretty good. And
Deathrite Shaman. So there's Terminus in this deck, right?
Yes, there's 3 Terminus.
So he can't just lay every creature in the world out against the Miracles
He's also
deck.
got a Supreme Verdict. So he's also got an out to if AJ happens to have Force of Will. So he's got lots of game here. That's one thing about this deck, is that you're never really out of it. You've always got a miracle coming.
Or you could use, he's got Enlightened Tutor as well. You could just Enlightened Tutor for that Rest in Peace combo you were talking about, and then just stone kill you.
An interesting thing about the Rest in Peace combo, it also combos with Energy Field, which Aaron has 2 of in his deck. Folks at home will know that I'm a big fan of Energy Field, having top-aided with the mono blue,
the Athens
blue deck.
What kind of ridiculous name is Athens Blue?
Well, they developed it in Athens, and they were really the only ones that were playing it. So I decided that was what it was going to be called.
that's a...
AJ also knows a lot about that deck, seeing as he lost to Chris Kronenberger when he won a Legacy Open with that in either Indianapolis or Cincinnati.
It's like 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, something like that, 1.5 years.
So, Deathrite Shaman doing some work. Brainstorming. What have we got? 1, 2, 3. So the Liliana we just saw before, probably going back on top. My guess is AJ is gonna try to summon Liliana. He's got Force Will back up to this. That Rest in Peace is just poison for AJ's deck, right?
Yes.
Like it turns off Tarmogoyf and just Deathrite Shaman has no text.
Yep.
The
and
dude
Snapcaster Mage becomes an ambush
nothing,
viper.
yeah.
Yeah, he relies on his graveyard quite a little bit, actually.
So 3 in. He's gonna put Aaron Lilla to 12 life, and then you gotta figure he's gonna land Liliana the Valier. No? Hanging back on Counter Magia?
Yep, that's what it looks like to me.
Is he got Counter Magia in hand? He's flipping him quick, I don't know.
He's moving him around too quickly.
Certainly have Force of Will.
Now, the Energy Field Rest in Peace combo works very similarly to the Helm of Obedience. It's an old card that, oh, we miracled. Look at that. It's pretty easy to miracle when you've got a top in play.
Vendilion response,
Oh.
Vendilion Click?
So the way the miracle trigger works is that it's in Aaron's hand. And so Aaron was digging for a counter spell there to be able to. This Terminus is technically in Aaron Lilla's hand. So what AJ is going to do is he's going to put the Terminus on the bottom of the library and make the miracle trigger miss. Now technically what Aaron could have done is put the miracle trigger on the stack and not paid this white mana. But as it sits, he's going to be able to just lose this white mana. If this were on Moto, it would say, do you want to use this white mana?
Oh, so there's another Terminus, and AJ's like, no, that Terminus, please.
So we've got 2 somewhat useless miracles sitting in hand.
Is that a Vendilion Click?
It is a Vendilion Click.
So AJ's explaining to Aaron Lilla
What's
that
going on
he's
right now.
ruining his life.
Yeah, so he's going to pick the Terminus that's in his hand with the miracle trigger on the stack, making him unable to cast the Terminus. AJ knows the rules. He knows what's up. There you go.
Yep, so Terminus, bottom, draw, something that wasn't a sweep. I mean, and then AJ's going to smash here for 6+ the next turn.
Yep.
Putting Aaron down to...
He could,
oh, wait. So adjusted life total, that's half of Aaron's life already.
Yeah. So AJ is going to be able to, it's going to be a 2-turn clock.
Double Force of Will backup.
With double Force backup and a Liliana in play.
So...
things are looking good for AJ.
So counterbalance is
That's
on
a little
top,
late
but
for the counterbalance, yeah.
It's like shutting the gates after the horses are already left, right?
That's right.
So both discard, I assume?
Yep, both players are going to discard.
It is going to discard the extra Liliana. Oh, wow! Planeswalker makes it a 4/5, and he's rumbling for 5/8, putting Aaron Lilla down to 4, way inside of dead range.
That's right.
So
That's pretty cool.
Aaron's got a
He's got a Supreme Verdict
dilemma here.
Yep, there it is.
Supreme Verdict, okay.
Yeah, but now we've got a Liliana active against a Miracles deck, so I don't think that we are too bad. We've also got Deathrite Shaman in hand with Snapcaster Mage, which we'll be able to attack.
I'm guessing AJ's going to open up on the Snapcaster Mage, rebuy Brainstorm, and then play the Deathrite Shaman maybe? If he has a land,
If he hits the land, yeah.
And
that seems reasonable.
May or may not. He's probably going to use Lily, but he can't put himself in a position where he can no longer Force of Will, right?
Right, so he may be putting the Deathrite Shaman back on top.
Oh,
we're going to
ponder.
Okay,
I like it. Ponders for a land.
Possibly.
I think he's going to ponder
or a
for
blue
land.
card.
I think he wants the Deathrite Shaman in play. Aaron Lilla's at 4 life, right?
Yes.
So AJ's
So
got
he wants
4
that
from
Deathrite
that, and
Shaman
then he,
in play.
2 from the Deathrite Shaman
And
on
2
a
from the Snapcaster,
on a
yeah.
graveyard activation. That kills Aaron.
Yeah.
So highly desirable to get that guy in play, and then he's got single Force of Will backup, force off of force, right?
Yes.
So,
which is still, I mean, completely reasonable considering Aaron only has 4 lands.
And then
AJ went very aggro this game, and Aaron was not able to amass a mana base of any size.
So AJ's activated. Oh, he's not going to do it. He's going to give him 2-turn clock. He's discarding his land.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
I mean, Lily is
2
turns from ultimate, right?
Yes. Well, 3 turns because he has to take a turn to ultimate.
Oh, turn 1 puts her to 6.
Is it -6 for the ability?
And then turn 2 is just,
okay.
like...
I thought it was -7 for some reason.
Make some piles. Okay, so Aaron Lilla. 2 down, counterbalance probably?
This is either counterbalance or rest in... Yep, there's rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Shutting off any Deathrite Shaman and
AJ's just going to let this stick. No problem.
Probably.
He's just going to force a will what matters. It can stop.
Yeah.
So
now, AJ is going to be leaning directly on Snapcaster Mage to win this game now because none of the rest of his things are really very efficient.
He can go to 7 with Lily and then go into a Lily loop.
Yeah.
Lily loop is actually probably impossible for Aaron to get out of. If the first part of the loop hits, he's going to be in a lot of problems. When did that Vendilion Click appear? Just now. He did not summon.
That is the one of and Vendilion Click from Aaron Lilla's deck.
So AJ Sacher reveals Force of Will, Thought Seize, Deathrite Shaman. I mean, Aaron Lilla, tough spot. AJ's just gonna like smoke the Vendilion Click with Liliana, get in for 2.
Yep.
He'll be at 1. Aaron is almost obligated to take Force of Will.
Probably.
There's almost no choice.
Just to play to his outs, which are few and far between at this point.
He has a Terminus in his hand, doesn't he? From previous reveal?
Yeah, that's possible. I don't remember. I think he actually discarded the Terminus to a Liliana activation, right? Or did he discard? He discarded to treat the Angels, I remember.
So Aaron's at 1, and then AJ's not going to commit the Deathrite Shaman. So he's got another Liliana activation out of this, so he could just take out another potential blocker. Aaron's got a Swords of Plowshares coming. AJ's likely to try to fight that with his Force of Will. Aaron's going to load up with counterbalance to start. I think AJ's going to let it stick. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think he's going to fight that.
At this point, he has to let that stick.
I mean,
although we have the benefit of knowing that Aaron has a Swords in his hand as his last
but
card.
AJ knows that Aaron knows his hand.
Right.
That's
true.
Vendilion clicked him. So if he's going to open on that, it doesn't affect the board, right? AJ
Yeah.
has to concentrate on things that affect the board.
Yep.
So
Aaron's going to top, and he's going. I think Aaron scooped.
Okay.
Pretty sure Aaron scooped there.
I mean, I doubt very much AJ would have scooped in that spot.
Yeah.
AJ's got like the home team sweatshirt, home team box.
Yep.
Playing at the home team table.
Yeah, playing at home. Got the home field advantage.
And he lives in Vegas.
Does
he?
Ish. He lives here part of the time.
He lives everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere there's an open.
Sure.
That's where AJ lives.
Particularly when they're taking place in Las Vegas.
All right, so Aaron Lilla.
Many one-ofs in Aaron Lilla's sideboard, as this deck is wont to do because it has so many ponders and brainstorms and tops that it can cycle through its deck very easily to be able to find these powerful one-ofs out of the sideboard. The only 3 of is Red Elemental Blast, which is a possibility to come in, although I would find it highly unlikely. He did not see Jace the Mind Sculptor Game 1, which AJ has 2 of, so he might not think that
AJ's deck's not really
necessary.
leaning on blue, right? He's got like Ponder and Brainstorm, and Force of Will, obviously, but he's not playing like a strategically blue deck.
Oh, he does. I'm sorry, Aaron has 3 Leyline of Sanctity as well.
Which is good against what?
Which is good against Liliana of the Veil and Vendilion Click.
Oh, okay.
As well as Deathrite Shaman, for that matter.
I like it,
and
then.
Thoughtseize. He's got lots of good stuff for that. So it's possible Leyline of Sanctity's coming in.
You know what? I don't like it enough.
You don't like it enough?
Maybe it's good. I don't like it enough.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's coming in. I'm saying it's possible. I think that humility is certainly an option, considering AJ's only ways to win that he saw are dudes. Now, of course, Lilla or Jace is a thing, but he didn't see it game 1. So I think that that's a possibility. Flusterstorm, Detention Sphere, another Supreme Verdict, another Terminus.
So, talk to me about surgical extraction. Can that stymie a miracle?
Not really. I mean, if there's a Terminus in the bin and he's trying to miracle Terminus, yes.
Okay.
But I don't think he's going to bring it in. That seems like a poor decision.
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm not
pretty
an
sure
expert on
that
one.
works. I'm not a judge, so judges on Twitter, you can get at us.
So I think
the answer there, but I'm pretty sure that works the same way the Vendilion Click does. That if it's no longer in the hand, it doesn't happen.
So I think AJ's probably going to bring in Abrupt Decay, super sweet against Sensei's Divining Top, and so you go to use the Sensei's Divining Top on a flip. You can respond to actually kill it.
Yeah.
Also kills Counterbalance almost unconditionally.
Gets rid of Rest in Peace and Energy Field. All of these answers.
V-Click's pretty good. Counterspell's pretty good. Spell Pierce is pretty good.
The Counterspell in the sideboard might come in. I believe the Duress will definitely come in. Spell Pierces are going to come in also.
AJ's got no trash though. Like
that's true.
A lot of decks you got like a Ghastly Demise or something in your main deck that you just have no interest in having after sideboarding, but there's just no garbage.
AJ's probably going to cut the Thought Scours, I would imagine.
Just like the lowest action card in his deck.
Yeah, it's the card that he wants to see the least. Although he could be keeping those in to be able to deal with Aaron's Ponders and Brainstorms and Tops.
I could see
mess around.
AJ wanting as many as 6 cards, right? V-Click, Counterspell, Duress, Abrupt Decay, Spell Pierce, 6 cards. Sure. I think his highest priority cards are going to be Duress and Abrupt Decay. Agreed? Agreed. His lowest priority card of those 6 being Vendilion Click. Deathrite Shaman's okay, but it's not like it's not
spectacular.
You're not playing against Dredge here.
He's also up against a Rest in Peace deck, and so it's possible he took all those out.
Yeah, he could just ship all 4 of those and then 2 Thought Scours or 3 and 3 or 2 and 4 and 4 and 2. Yeah. And he's happy with those 6. I think that's probably pretty
Aaron's
possible.
going to open up with Tundra turn 1.
And which is completely wrong. AJ Sacher, first turn.
We did keep them
Deathrite Shaman.
I think that's a reasonable thing. I mean, it was about 50-50. I think it was actually more than 50-50 that he would keep them in rather than take them out.
Again, he could have taken out 3. He could have taken out 2.
Right. And on the play, on the draw, it's slightly more realistic that he would have taken them out.
Really, I think on the draw he gets to steal. He gets to steal serve. Like he could still just go second turn Lily on the draw with that guy. I think he's actually a little bit better on the draw.
Okay, I can see that.
Ponder, second turn, Aaron Lilla lets it stick. AJ reveals land, and it looks either another Ponder or a Vendilion Click. Puts him back, doesn't shuffle.
So he's going to keep him because he's a little bit land light, it looks like.
Is that a Ponder?
It was a Ponder.
So he can just play a land, shuffle away the next 2 cards, which are both lands, I believe. Is that good? It's good. And then have a look-see at the top C. So he's going to have a green and a black in play. So even if Aaron just lands his Counterbalance combo, AJ can
has an out now.
Scoop out of it with Abrupt Decay if necessary.
Yep. Abrupt Decay is the card that makes this deck even playable.
So Spell Pierce, Thought Scour, and X. I don't know what the third one was.
Oh, so he didn't take out the Thought Scours either. It's possible he just kept the same 60.
He's got his Duress in. I cannot believe he doesn't have... I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, I can't believe he doesn't have his Duress in. Yeah. And the additional Abrupt Decay, it's there for this matchup. He's got to have that in.
Yeah.
Maybe he took out, like, Tarmogoyf. I mean, I don't know. Tarmogoyf's pretty bad against Rest in Peace.
Yeah, it's true. That one's even worse against Rest in Peace than Deathrite Shaman is. At least Deathrite Shaman's a 1-2. Tarmogoyf's an 0-1.
So, Aaron Lilla, thinking, pointing his fingers, presenting his deck, and he looks like he has a Rest in Peace in grip, actually.
Yeah, he does.
Lands down, so Island, Tundra, and Rest in Peace, sure. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, maybe AJ just took out the Tarmogoyfs. They're just atrocious against Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
AJ's got a Pierce. He's got a bunch of other cards. Plays a sack land. Looked like he was going to tap them all.
Yeah. Sort of the Liliana bluff there. He has a Jace. I saw it. So maybe that's the game plan this game, is to try to land this Jace. He also has Abrupt Decay to be able to deal with this Rest in Peace if he so chooses.
I don't think he cares.
A wild Michael Hetrick appears in the background there.
You think?
Yeah.
So just Abrupt Decay.
He is going to Abrupt Decay. That seems reasonable.
So AJ's got a bunch of lands, it looks like, or at least one.
Yeah, he's got another land in his hand.
Upkeep. Do some breaking. Aaron Lilla's got 2 Force of Wills.
So this is going to be a slow one.
Maybe. AJ did not make the Liliana getting motion, right? You got Tropical Island.
Yeah.
So neither one of these decks has got Wasteland, is that right?
Neither. Yeah, interesting. AJ pretty much always plays Wasteland. He's not today because he wants to be able to get all of his spells in play. This is a lot more like Rug Delver, but he does have Jason Mind Sculptor at the top end that he wants to be able to cast reliably, so no room for Wasteland here.
Fair enough. Aaron Lilla. Counterbalance. AJ Sacher's got, it looks like he's got
another Abrupt Decay. He's also got another Abrupt Decay. So both of those are reasonable options. I think that he probably wants to save the Spell Pierce for an Entreat the Angels or Terminus or something. Well, I guess doesn't really do much against Terminus, but Jace's out of Aaron, for example. There's Counterbalance. Cold Snap, uncommon.
So
one of my most tilting moments in any limited game was when my opponent, who's a good friend of mine, played Counterbalance just naked, and it countered like 4 of my spells. Just naked.
Sounds like justice.
Yeah.
Sounds like he put in good cards and you got what you deserved.
That's right. Abrupt Decay taking out Counterbalance.
No.
It's going to be.
Fighting
Vendilion Click. Vendilion Click is happening. I see. Abrupt Decay, of course, is the natural enemy of Counterbalance now.
I think this is a fine trade from AJ's side. Like
the Force of Will on the Vendilion Click?
Yeah, he gives a hang. He's got 2 cards, and it depends how tight he wants to play on the Abrupt Decay versus the Counterbalance. Like, he can let Aaron think that he's got game for a while. I think that might be plus EV.
Like, he's sort of roping him in here, thinking that he wasted an Abrupt Decay early.
Yeah.
And now doesn't have one, to sort of try and make Aaron play a different game than he otherwise would have.
No, but he's playing it tight.
Yep.
So Caracas on Aaron Lilla's side, that's going to matter for any V-clicks.
But one is already in the bin, so we don't have...
Both players have V-clicks. And
that's true.
AJ has as many as 3.
Aaron getting to reuse his is also quite relevant.
1, 2, Snapcaster Mage, and Spell Pierce. If he draws a land, that's trash.
Yeah.
So, Deathrite Shaman.
Return to Ravnica really made this bug deck playable. I mean, the centerpieces of the deck are Deathrite Shaman and Abrupt Decay.
Like, Team America, that deck did right before.
Right, but this is a totally different deck.
Sure.
That deck had Hymn to Torok and Tombstalker and Wasteland. That was an entirely different deck. This one's much more tempo rug style. You know, I'm a little surprised that there isn't Daze in this deck, for example. Although you don't want to Daze when you have Jason Mind Sculptor.
Is Tarmogoyf substantially better than Tombstalker in this strategy?
Well, Deathrite Shaman and Tombstalker are sort of
not
fighting
buddies.
over your graveyard.
Fair enough.
And so same with Snapcaster Mage. So
okay.
when you've got Snapcaster Mage and Deathrite Shaman already using your graveyard as a resource.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's close, certainly, but I think that Tombstalker would get stuck in your hand a lot when you're using early stuff like that. So. Also, opposing Jace's bouncing your Tombstalker is essentially
bad times for Betty, sure.
Yeah.
Thinking, like, just doesn't get snared, stuff like that.
He's not too terrified of that thing getting snared, because usually the long game can be won by either Deathrite Shaman hitting you for 2 every turn, or Jace. So if a Tarmogoyf hits the bin, no biggie.
So AJ's got like the 8-turn clock here, right?
Yes. That's the plan he's on right now, until he finds something else. Aaron does have Terminus in hand. should he not find any answer other than that.
He's got to be loath to spend 6 to Terminus
away
Deathrite
Shaman. Yeah. I mean, that's the worst comes to worst plan.
I mean, and AJ's not even drawing anything.
Right. Both players are sort of just hanging back, not really doing anything. So
AJ's got targets for his. Uh-oh.
So let's see what Aaron brought in from his sideboard, I think, is what we're going to see here, unless he finds a top.
You think Enlightened Tutor for top is a good play?
Yeah.
Apparently Aaron does.
Well, he wants to be able to find more answers. He doesn't want to just, Enlightened Tutor for, I don't know, Humility or Detention Sphere, and then get that immediately counterspelled and effectively have 2 of Aaron's spells get countered.
So I actually love this position for AJ. Like, Aaron already committed a Force of Will on a rando card.
And we're gonna Thought Scour.
He just demolished him.
Yeah.
And he draws a card. He just dismissed him. He's like, counterspell.
That was
your
an Entreat the
Tutor,
Angels he put in the bin too.
And draw a card.
Which would have been a real nice one for Aaron to hit.
I mean, AJ's got another counterspell left, right?
Yes.
You just like suck that stuff up. To you, bro.
That's a nice one.
That was nice.
That was a nice little end of turn interaction for AJ there. I'm sure he's happy with himself.
AJ's little Deathrite Shaman is just chilling.
Yep. In, apparently.
He's bringing? No?
No, I think
Change
he's
his mind?
messing around. I'm sure they were jawing about taking 2 or taking 1 there.
I mean, AJ's got more than enough land than any of his cards cost, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 6 lands in play. His most expensive spell
is Force of Will.
If
he wants to
sure.
Which he can at this point. I mean, there's no reason not to hardcast Force of Will at this point.
Well, he put his 7th land in play so that he can go
so that he can
Force of Will counterspell or something like that.
That's the only reason to play the 7th land instead of, well, I guess it's not the only reason. It's just more lands to be able to do whatever the hell he wants to do.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So once he's taken, whatever. Take 2. Swords of Plowshares. Is this worth a counter? Oh,
no,
he has another
Deathrite in hand, so he's completely okay with letting
This is
Aaron
like death
use
by
that.
1,000 cuts. AJ's just like
right.
getting a little bit.
Yep. Does AJ have a burrito in his pocket?
A burrito?
Look at it. Look.
I think he might.
I think he does have a burrito in his pocket. I think I have the read on AJ's lunch.
It's like dinner time, bro.
Yeah, dinner time, sure. Okay. I've been here a while. This is like 4th meal for me.
Speaking of burritos, this is 4th meal.
That's right. We've got burritos coming for dinner for us.
Good.
At some point.
So what's going on in this format? Like, we just chill?
What do you mean?
Like the format. Like, how is this like a real game of Legacy? Like, people just chill and sit there for 100 turns, like nugging each other for 2 points at a time?
Yeah, people just grind. It's just a grindhouse is what happens.
So it's another dismiss.
Yeah, Thought Scour.
I love that.
That's so good. Oh well,
Terminus, whatever.
That's fine. You know what? You're mythic.
You got me.
So we got word from our folks on the side here. Jeremy tells us that a Belcher player is in top 8. He tweeted a little bit ago that his sideboard for today
15 cards.
Was 15 cards. Was he just opened a sealed Return to Ravnica booster, and that was his sideboard for today.
So Pack Rat's good.
A sealed? Oh, it was just a. Oh, he wrote. Oh, he didn't even open up the pack. He just said that his sideboard was a sealed Return to Ravnica booster. Now. Oh, Kobe. Yeah, that's
he top 8'd,
that's
right?
That's the guy that we mentioned was already in top 8.
AJ
Jacob Kobe
just counterspelled the Terminus.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work because the token takes up one of the slots now.
Maybe
so
maybe it was a joke.
It was a joke, obviously.
Also, isn't he playing Storm, not Belcher?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, it must have been somebody else. He's playing Storm, so.
All right. So AJ's going to do 2 to himself here. Terminus and Supreme Verdict.
And
just take
whatever.
the Terminus.
You take the Supreme Verdict. Probably, just in case he wants to counter the Terminus later.
Okay. I buy it.
Because this is the 3rd Deathrite Shaman at this point, right?
I buy it.
Now we actually have to keep the thing around. Oh, geez, we have another miracle happening? This is going to get spell pierced, whatever it is.
Is that entreat?
That's an entreat the angels.
Boom.
Spell pierced.
AJ's just like outclassed Aaron's card every single turn. Like
with
just like,
commons.
Like a little like.
That's what Rug does, though, or Bug does. It's a Rug style deck that you've got your game plan, and I'm just gonna ninja my way and hit you in pressure points with my dazes and spell pierces.
Big thing. You're just like, oh, mill you.
Yeah, mill you. Counter unless you pay 2. Mill you. 1/2 creature that is like a bird of paradise half the time.
Completely unnecessary for Aaron to push all of his mana into that entreat. I think if he just like left 2 open, he wouldn't have gotten pierced.
Yep.
Like whatever, 2-3 angels isn't enough.
1 angel would have been plenty.
Yeah, this game is like going by twosies.
Yeah.
I mean, he had more than enough to get 2-3 angels without exposing himself to pierce, I think.
I agree.
Terminus. So.
Does AJ have to let this resolve?
No, he has Snapcaster Mage.
Oh, yeah, Snapcaster Mage. He just played.
And that's it.
I see. So that's it. AJ moves into the X and 1 bracket. I believe he can draw in if he wants to.
No, so there's 2 more rounds of Swiss, aren't there?
No, this was second to last round.
Oh, okay.
This was standings after round 6. This was round 7 of 8. So, yeah, he was the 5. He's got